Please remain standing for a moment of prayer together. Let us look to the Lord together as we pause and remember that we are always and everywhere in God's presence. Let's take a moment of silence. Oh God, we bow before you to give thanks for so many blessings that you have given, the simple blessing of being here today, the blessing of being a part of the Linden Hall experience as students and teachers, staff, board, and families, and the blessings of this academic year and the many significant achievements of those represented in the graduating class of 2017, some of which are publicly recognized with awards, and some are just as significant but more personal. And so we thank you for the blessings that have been given, the journey that has been shared, the friendships that have enriched it all, the challenges that have given growth, the work that has brought satisfaction, the memories of good times that will bring smiles for a lifetime to come. Oh God, you've been our help in ages past. Now be our hope for years to come as you guide and direct us in the way to go, and especially guide and direct the paths of the young women of this class of 2017 as they move into a new chapter of life's journey. As they leave here, may they build on what they've learned and accomplished here at Linden Hall that will always be a part of their lives. For your glory, Lord, for yours. Amen. Please be seated.
Good morning. I am Michael Whalett, and I'm honored to serve as Linden Hall's 41st head of school. Thank you for being here today to share in our commencement exercises. If you are a grandparent, parent, or guardian of one of our seniors, would you please stand? Parents and guardians, thank you for entrusting us with your daughter's education and partnering with us to make this special day possible. Grandparents, thank you for your participation in your granddaughter's lives and for getting it all started. Please join me in thanking these special individuals. Thank you. As we travel along life's journey, we reach many milestones, one of which is graduation from high school. Girls, this is your special day. Relish all that comes your way today. Take pride in your accomplishments and know that we are all very proud of you. You leave us with a solid foundation and well prepared to experience future success and happiness. I encourage you to set your sights high and then reach even higher. We look forward to following your progress in the years to come, regardless of the path that you might choose. It is now my pleasure to introduce our board chair, Meg Muller.
Good morning, class of 2017. As our Linden Hall family gathers here today, it is so pleasing to see the progress and successes from this past school year. Each year presents challenges and opportunities, and through it all, you girls rise to the challenge and arrive here, ready to begin the next chapter of your life. Congratulations, class of 2017. Seniors, enjoy and savor the moments ahead. They are precious. The changes ahead are bigger than the end of high school, and we at Linden Hall commence. Together we start a new beginning with commencement. Today is the beginning of an adventure. The skills and talents developed here at Linden Hall will serve you well as you enter the next chapter of your story. We've been blessed by the leadership of our headmaster, Mr. Willett, and the wonderful staff here at Linden Hall. Each of us works hard to contribute and help each of you grow here and in your next adventure. Hold on to the fond memories, relationships, experiences, and challenges you had here at Linden Hall. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, Linden Hall, and the administration, faculty, and the staff, I congratulate you on your great achievements. I thank you for the indelible mark you've left on this school, and I wish you well as you commence. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Beth Teskey, the Assistant Head of School for Academics, and this morning I am pleased to welcome to the stage as your salutatorian 2 girls whose quiet, determined work at Linden Hall has brought them together to this joint honor. Nan Liao arrived in Linden Hall as a freshman. She worked in our ESL program and quickly distinguished herself as a kind and caring student. She set to work as an engaged learner. Over the past 2 years, Nan has consistently challenged herself, culminating in a program this year that includes Spanish 3, her 3rd language, and 4 AP classes, including AP English. Her teachers describe her as collaborative and driven, the kind of academic citizen that makes classes better for everyone for her being in them. Similarly, Nan has engaged with the entire student body as a member of student council, as a peer tutor, as a tour guide, and as a member of our fledgling golf team. Nan is interested in making a difference in her community, interested in getting others involved, and interested in a common good. We have been lucky to have her. Kelly Liu has a teacher who has said she never met a student more excited about learning than Kelly. Intent and intense, Kelly arrived to Linden Hall in her sophomore year, quickly moving through ESL to engage in AP and honors level classes. Like Nan, Kelly completed 4 AP classes this year, including AP English and her 3rd language, French, which she chose so she could open up her eyes and communicate with more people. Kelly is an adventurous learner and communicator, not only at Linden Hall, but in traveling to new places and giving of herself in her free time. She is a patient and helpful classmate who is bold enough to ask all the questions and lead by example. She's been a member of orchestra and a solid teammate on our cross-country team. We are so proud of her work. Class of 2017, your salutatorians, Nan Liao and Kelly Liu.
Good morning. 2 weeks ago, I heard Miss Teskey's joyful voice. Congratulations, you 2 are this year's salutatorians. At that very moment, I felt my whole body was sinking and shaking. I was terrified and overwhelmed. I feel like I had almost lost the ability to speak. Usually, people might think this is very exciting news. Well, it is very opposite of me. I feel disappointed, and I really hoped it wasn't me. The problem was that I would need to give a speech for graduation. Well, that probably doesn't sound like much of a big deal to many of you, but I'm really afraid of speaking in front of people. Well, I mean, extremely afraid. I had never thought of speaking at this podium in this chapel ever again after my senior speech. It was already an intimidating experience for me to do the no one paying attention speech that every student does, let alone speak on such a formal occasion. Would you like to do that, give a speech, both of you? No, I heard myself turning down eagerly. Well, it's up to you. I was suddenly relieved from stress and fear after hearing this response.
At the same time, however, I'm giving a different response. Yes, I would like to do this speech. It's a reply that 9th grade Nancy would never give. I had always been good at escaping. When I was in 9th grade, Miss Cuba asked me kindly if I would like to participate in the Lehigh Math Contest. Just to give you some background information, I was in geometry that year. I was fully confident that I handled that class's materials well. Thus, I went to the contest with excitement. During the contest, however, I was amazed by the questions. They were difficult, and for most of them, I did not even get what the questions are trying to ask. So I guess for most of them, I left the contest feeling sad. I got a pretty small number right out of 35 questions. I was deeply afraid of the Lehigh Math Contest, and I felt like I was not a person who should participate in a math contest when I was not ready for it. So when Esther asked me if I would like to join the contest next year, I made an excuse. I could have gone. I just did not want to embarrass myself once again. I thought to myself, after I take pre-calculus, I will gain enough knowledge necessary for the contest, and I will join it then. But sadly, I did not have the opportunity to do so. The school stopped offering the Lehigh contest trip because there were not enough people signing up. I don't want to feel regret like that again. Thus, although I'm a person with a great horror of public speaking, I still chose to say yes, and I sincerely hope Kelly and I will take this chance together.
On the way back to my room, a thought came across my mind. Normally, I would try my best to avoid doing things that I'm afraid of if I have the right to choose, never thinking about the other option. But what would it be like to do something that I really don't want to do because of fear? There was a sudden impulse inside me that made me want to take a path that I've never been down before. That I said a path I have never been down before does not mean I have never done something I'm afraid of. In fact, I've done a lot of these things: assembly speech, senior speech, big group discussions, and even some lunch meetings. But there's a difference, a big difference, I would say, between the past events and what I was thinking about doing on the way back to my room. I felt there was a big change happening inside me when I was thinking about doing this speech. In the past, it has always been that I had to do or was forced to do the things that made me tremble. But now I'm choosing to do it. I became that force which drives me to face the thing I'm most afraid of. I can't help but wonder, how big a difference will this change make in my life as a result?
Since Kelly is the person with the worst case of senior writers, the person who started her true AP practice test 8 p.m. the day before the due day, it is quite impressive that she found me twice to discuss the speech topic with me. I can see that Kelly is trying to change and is working hard to fight along with me. While Kelly and I were struggling to think of a speech topic and something important we need to talk about, with the help of Dr. Redmond, I realized being able to give a speech like this is already a great life lesson that Linden Hall has taught us. Giving a speech might not be a huge problem for some of you, but as two introverts, it is a great step for us. We are no longer the people who escape from what we are afraid of. Although we are still beginners and are not seasoned at public speaking, we try not to waste your time hearing this speech and try to make our last lesson at Linden Hall meaningful. As you can see, we face lots of struggles inside us in order to stand here and deliver this speech, and I cannot tell how this speech will influence our lives because it is not yet over. But what we can say is that everyone is afraid of something, and there might be big challenges in your lives that you do not think you will ever overcome. But try not to let your fear overtake you and stop you from doing something great. Seniors, while you are stepping into colleges, try something new, something that you might be afraid of now. Be that force which makes you face new things, fight through your fear, and become a better person. To answer Kelly's question earlier, how would this change influence her life? I would say, there are certain opportunities that you cannot miss the first time because it might be your last chance to take them.
Now, I'm glad that I'm here to deliver this speech. And we hope you all have a nice summer. Good luck and be brave. Thank you.
Thank you.
girls. Did a great job. The Linden Hall Medal is the highest individual award bestowed by the school. Originating in 2009, the Linden Hall Medal is awarded to that student chosen by the faculty who best exemplifies our community values, namely scholarship achievement, character development, cultural awareness, and physical wellness. As such, the student honored with this award best embodies what it means to be a Linden Hall girl. We are pleased to present this year's medal to Esther Plotnick.
I get to introduce you again. Yeah. Okay. So, quite simply, Esther Plotnick is the best that Linden Hall has to offer. If I didn't know this already, it certainly came home to me this week as I had to write 2 different introductions for her. This doesn't mean that she's better than her classmates. It doesn't mean that she's always right. And it certainly doesn't mean that she has reached any kind of an apex. What it means is that Esther has been, in her unassuming, graceful way, more than a top student, more than a leader, and more than a talent. She has a voracious appetite for learning across the curriculum, and her course load since she arrived at Linden Hall has been more than challenging. And although she makes it look effortless because of her uncomplaining attitude and her deep passion for all subjects, Esther is a really hard worker. Her teachers report that she pushes herself to understand the most advanced nuances in her classes, and her dorm mates tell stories of late-night study or practice sessions. Esther has served on student council, as class president, attended Hobie. She is concert mistress and leads the community musicians. She rides, she runs, she edits the Ledger and the Echo. She heads out to math competitions and heads in to tutor. Esther is one of the most poised, most accomplished students I have worked with in more than 20 years. And she does it all humbly, quietly, and without fanfare. She is self-confident, self-assured, and is on her way, along with all of you, to accomplish wonderful things. Class of 2017, your valedictorian, Esther Plotnick. It's gonna be fun. Okay?
Thank you. Okay, so good morning. I'm honored to speak to you today as valedictorian of my class. The difficulty now is in trying to express my gratitude, how much I love this school, and how much I love being here. The purpose of the graduation speech is to reflect and to impart some sort of message. But it's not like many of you heed my advice anyway, mostly because I failed to follow my own about sleeping. But perhaps this shouldn't discredit the other things I have to say, and I'll still do my best. When I came here 4 years ago, I was a quiet girl from New Jersey, an intense math nerd who also played violin and lacrosse. With no strong conceptualization of my own opinions, I'd simply floated through school. Linden Hall changed that. I became more than the math girl, more than the nerd, though I am still both for sure. I suppose it's the purpose of school, but I've learned so much. I even started to like more than classical music. Country has grown on me after listening to it all the time up at the barn. Here, I branched out, finding new focuses and exploring new ideas. The people here, classmates, teachers, administrators, staff, have been my role models, mentors, and support every step of the way. Linden Hall gave me the room to find my confidence and myself, and for that, I am grateful. This community helped me find a fresh start on my path and made it possible for me to embrace and pursue my interests to the utmost extent. But for the longest time, I thought of myself in terms of others. I thought, how do I become the next Jillian, the next Cameron, the next Erica? I looked up to these former valedictorians and so many others in my years here. I pushed myself to be more involved because of their example, and that is a good thing. But I chose to do things not because I had particularly wanted to, not because I had felt I would be particularly suited to any of the classes or clubs I tried, but because someone else had done them before me. I was not following my own interests or playing to my own strengths, and I was not being me. I did try new things that I ended up enjoying immensely. However, there is one counterexample that shall not be named, and it was in realizing that I decided to add yet another activity to my schedule for the wrong reasons that I asked myself, why are you doing this? What do you actually want to do? And what's your focus? I still don't really know what I want to do. When other people ask, I say I'm concentrating in mathematics. Then they stop asking questions. I still don't need to know what this answer to the question is, but I had to start asking myself to get closer to discovering who I am. So, at the risk of being too cliched, I encourage you to be yourself. In striving to figure out what I wanted to do, I became overcommitted because I somehow enjoyed all the work I was doing and didn't want to stop. And so I worry. I worry that people see my busy schedule and my list of extracurriculars and think that I overworked myself to the point of collapse and that that is the goal. Let me dispel this notion. Though there have been moments of brief stress, I like to think that I'm happy and calm most of the time. There's a balance. Editing an article, studying for a math test, and practicing violin, broken up by spending time with friends at dinner, hanging out with my roommates late into the night, and watching TV. Being a second semester senior helped me see through my driven mindset and see what mattered most. Spending time on things I enjoyed and with people I love. So don't be me, be you. I'm happy with who I am, and I am who I am because of this place. The Linden Hall atmosphere is special. The diversity in backgrounds, the challenges, helped me form my own identity and broaden my worldview. Learning to be my own self took lots of tries and many stumbles. Your years at school here are for growth and not for perfection. Something really important here is that people call you out when you're wrong. It's okay. This is the time for mistakes and for coming back from them, to build resilience and to keep going with positivity. This time is for making lasting connections and for learning how to be a real person. And I'm thankful to have had this experience here. Linden Hall has been my home for the past 4 years. Our community, my friends, my roommates, have joined what I consider family. People say that boarding school prepares you for college. Sure, I know how to live in a dorm with other people, and I can manage my own life to an extent. But now I'm leaving this home, and it's not going to be any easier than it was the last time. Thank you for making and continuing to make Linden Hall my home.
go ahead and pass out the tissues now. Speech. 23 years ago, Mrs. Judy Conlon began what would become a distinguished career at Linden Hall. During her tenure, she has served in many roles, including Spanish, math, science, and English teacher, advisor, director of academic services, dorm parent, student government advisor, admissions officer, and middle school coordinator. Mrs. Conlon epitomizes integrity, passion, and kindness, and faces every challenge with alacrity, flexibility, and patience. She has been the heart and soul of our middle school, and hers is a trusted and thoughtful voice of wisdom. Indeed, we will miss her daily presence on campus, but hope that she will cross Locust Street often and visit us. Mrs. Conlon, thank you for providing our graduation address, and more importantly, for your many years of extraordinary service to Linden Hall.
Good morning. I am so very honored to have been asked to speak to you this morning. I have known some of these young ladies since they walked into my 6th grade English class. They were so young. We had no smartboard. We learned vocabulary with a book and a pencil, but I think our favorite days were days we discussed literature. We had some very wild and spirited discussions that day, those days. Some of these ladies have been my advisees since they walked onto campus. Until this year, I like to call it the year of the change. But even though they have not come to see me once a week, does not mean I have not missed them, and I have not followed their progress, and I'm proud of their success. I have learned so much about different countries and different cultures from so many of you, whether it be our international festivals, some willingly, some reluctantly, or in my ESL classes. How much better to be able to use your English than to speak of something that is near and dear to your heart. Others have traveled to the same beautiful cities in Spain that I have had the opportunity to travel to, and it has been so much fun to hear the excitement in their voice when they return and we talk about those cities. Ladies, I am in awe of your talents. I love listening to the orchestra, and how many people can say that they can sit in their office and listen to the choirs rehearse over their heads, and even at 7:30 in the morning, it's a beautiful sound. I cannot begin to calculate the amount of time I have spent in Lié Gallery admiring your artwork and being fascinated by your photography. I have read every one of your stories, poems, and essays that you have had published in the Echo. And yes, I have listened to every one of your speeches, from the first one you gave as a 9th grader in the theater to the last one you gave standing where I am today. And if my memory serves me correctly, one of you offered to give me a ride home one afternoon, not in an automobile with 4 wheels. You were much too young to drive at the time, but on top of a magnificent animal with 4 very long legs. That would have been a picture, and I will tell you that is a picture that is never going to happen. So we have come to today, graduation day, commencement. A day that marks both an ending and a beginning. You have come to the end of your journey here at Linden Hall, and it has been a journey that at times has been filled with frustration. It has been a journey that at times has been filled with stress, and it has been a journey that at sometimes has brought tears to your eyes. But it has also been a journey that is filled with exploration. It has been a journey that is filled with discovery, and it has certainly been a journey that has been filled with laughter, fun, and friendship. You are about to embark on a new journey, and the question always is, are you prepared for that new journey? My answer would be, of course you are. There are people sitting to my right and people sitting to my left who have pushed you, encouraged you, and challenged you. I can think of no better people to prepare you for the next journey. I have read that many people your age moving on to campuses across the nation are for the most part prepared for their academics. But what they are not prepared for is the diversity that they will encounter on those campuses. Look around you. This church is filled with people who have taught you the value of, the importance of diversity. Not only will you not be surprised by that diversity, you will embrace it. Today is one of those days, and there will be others like it when your emotions are all over the place. You're so happy and excited you can hardly sit still. The tests are taken, the papers are written, the acceptances have been received. And then this wave of sadness comes over you as you realize that you are leaving this place. You are leaving these friends. Now, you are fortunate in that technology will keep you connected in ways I only dreamed of when I graduated from high school, and yes, we did have telephones. But there will come a time when someone will say something, and that will make you remember another time, and remember a friend, and you will turn around to see if your friend is remembering it the same, and she will not be there. You have sat in the front rows of this church since almost every Wednesday since you took your place here last year at this time. Today is most likely the last time that you will sit here together as the class of 2017. Grab the hand or the arm of the person next to you and let the friendship and the love that you feel for each other flow from one of you to the other. When you walked into the church this morning, you are our leaders, you are our students, you are our classmates, you are our friends, you are members of our family. In a few moments, when you walk out of here, you will no longer be our students. You will no longer be our friends, our classmates. Never mind, stop. I'm nervous. You will no longer be our leaders, but you will always be our friends, and you will always, always be a member of our family. I hope in this busy week of rehearsals and packing, you have taken some time to sit quietly and reflect on what you have accomplished here, not just in the classroom, but outside of the classroom as well. Look up at those underclassmen sitting up there, smiling down at you, celebrating this day with you. There are athletes up there who are better athletes today because you helped them, you guided them, you encouraged them. There are musicians up there who maybe thought about putting away their instrument, or singers who thought they could never fit choir into their schedule, and they heard you sing, they heard you play, and they wanted to be a part of that. And you not only encouraged them, you inspired them. There are equestrians who are better riders today because you had the patience to help them, to guide them, to encourage them. And there are young ladies up there today who, because of you, are thinking about having that courage that Georgia O'Keeffe spoke of when she said, to create one's world in any of the arts takes courage. I happen to know that the youngest ones up there are amazed by your mathematical ability, but more so, they hope someday to have the confidence that you demonstrate every day. Seniors, I have watched you grow, and I have watched you learn. But please understand that you have more learning to do, and you have more growing to do. And my hope is that you will continue to learn, and you will continue to grow, because the world needs your intelligence, the world needs your creativity, and the world needs your kindness. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your celebration today. I will cherish this moment. But most importantly, I want to thank you for simply being you. You have touched our hearts. And in the words of Dr. Seuss, today is your day. You're off to great places. Best of luck on your way. Aren't you supposed to be in school? These are my grandchildren.
Always a teacher, Judy said to her grandchildren, "Aren't you supposed to be in school?"
Thank you, Mrs. Conlon. Coach Henry, I think I need one of your tissues. They're all gone. Well, bear with us. Because now we are pleased to present their diplomas to the class of 2017. All right. Ready, ladies? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Nia Christina Allen.
Nia will be attending Temple University.
Naichi Sandy Chen.
Sandy will be attending Bryn Mawr College.
Josephina Camille Colantoni.
Josie will be attending the University of Pittsburgh.
Shelby Rose Colson.
Shelby will be attending the New School.
Ling Ding.
Ling will be attending Syracuse University.
Emily Elizabeth Frank.
Emily will be attending the Cooper Union for the Advancement of Science and Art.
Jane Gang.
Jane will be attending New York University.
Shure Sherry Huang.
Sherry will be attending the University of California, San Diego.
Yan Janet Chiang.
Janet will be attending the University of Rochester.
Mickey Kamai.
Mickey will be attending St. Lawrence University.
Sarah Ray Kaufman.
Sarah will be attending Pennsylvania State University, Harrisburg.
Nan Liao.
Nan will be attending University of California, San Diego.
Jiaxuan Kelly Liu.
Kelly will be attending University of California, Santa Barbara.
Nora Elena Meyer.
Nora will be attending the Rhode Island School of Design.
Zola Keza Merengue.
Zola will be attending Skidmore College.
Pamela Chikaroli Wakakwa.
Pamela will be attending the University of Miami.
Esther Sif Plotnick.
Esther will be attending Harvard University.
Alexandra Brenda Popolarski.
Alex will be attending Makeup Designery, New York.
Grace Elizabeth Stewart.
Grace will be attending the University of St. Andrews, Scotland.
Guan Chi.
Dorothy will be attending Fordham University.
Sarah Emily Wolf.
Sarah will be attending Purdue University Honors College.
Anna Shia.
Anna will be attending Boston College.
John Chindi.
Angela will be attending the University of California, San Diego.
Yaton Jean.
Christian will be attending Lebanon Valley College.
Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you Linden Hall's Class of 2017.
Will you please stand for the benediction? Almighty God, creator of life and the source of all truth, we ask your blessing upon this school and those who are graduating. You have given us searching minds to gather knowledge. Grant that those who are graduating may grow not only in knowledge, but in wisdom and in truth. Keep them alert in spirit. Awaken their consciousness that they may seek justice and peace for those around them, and give them courage to do what is right. Go with them as they pursue their dreams, seek adventures, accept new responsibilities, and discover themselves. Grant that they may do the work which you have prepared them to do in truth, in beauty, and in righteousness, with singleness of heart, servants for the common good. Bless the homes from which they come. Bless their families and all who love them and who now rejoice with them at their achievements. Bless all who have taught and encouraged them, their teachers, spiritual leaders, counselors, friends, and classmates, and all who have given them guidance and support. And bless these graduates. Help them to stay true to their dreams, to use their gifts wisely, and to walk into the future with faith, hope, and great love. Amen.